What's going on, everybody? Jason here, and today I've got this 2022 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Right before we jump into this Trailhawk, if you're enjoying these types of reviews, please be sure to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button down below so I know to make more videos like this. With that being said, let's jump right into this Trailhawk and see what it's all about. Starting off with what kind of trims can you get when it comes to the Jeep Compass lineup. You can get the Sport front wheel drive or the Sport 4x4, the North Edition, Altitude, Trailhawk, which you're looking at. You can even get the Trailhawk Elite or the Limited. And in terms of the safety features that come standard with this Trailhawk, you are going to get quite a bit, which includes your active lane management system, advanced brake assist, blind spot and rear cross path detection, forward collision warning with active braking, your park sense rear park assist system, and your pedestrian cyclist emergency braking. If you want more safety features, you'll have to upgrade to the Trailhawk Elite, or if you want to stick with just the Trailhawk, then you can get another package which will give you more options. Starting off in the front of the Trailhawk, you can see this refreshed look is so much better in my opinion. And over at the bottom of your bumper, you've got kind of this half portion in black and the bits and pieces in this granite color. You've still got your two red tow hooks in the front, as well as your traditional fog lamps. And then if you look in the center of the bumper, you've got your sensor for all of your safety features. You've still got your traditional 7-slot Jeep grille. And again, this is finished in kind of a granite type of a material. And even in the slot, you've got this nice textured pattern going on, which just looks very unique. And you've still got your LED reflector headlamps. But instead, if you want your true LED front lights and your front LED fog lights, then unfortunately you're gonna have to get the Trailhawk Elite. Otherwise, you will be stuck with these type of lights. Even these don't look bad. I still like them. But again, if you want full true LED, you'll have to jump up one step. And up on the hood, you've got your traditional black hood decal with the Trailhawk lettering, which I think makes the Trailhawk trim just stand out a little bit more than the rest of the trims. Coming over to the side of the Trailhawk, you're going to notice a ton of that granite type of a material all around the trim pieces, even your side mirrors and your badging on this vehicle as well. And as you can see, you've still got your trail rated badging and even your compass badging on the side with kind of a red outline as well. And you can't forget about these nice looking 17-inch painted diamond cut aluminum wheels, which actually make this vehicle look even a little bit more aggressive than it already looks. Also, your roof on this will be painted in black, and even your roof rails are in this gray type of a material as well. You've also got your body color door handles, which just look nice in any vehicle when they're just the body color of the vehicle. And being a Trailhawk, this does have the select terrain system, which I'll show you once we go inside. Now, coming to the rear of the Trailhawk, you'll notice that this looks exactly like the previous model year. There's no refresh, none of that. And that's because if you end up going with the Trailhawk Elite, then you'll get the premium taillights. Otherwise, if you just stick with the regular Trailhawk, which this is, you're only going to get the typical previous year rear tail lamps, which I think is kind of unfair, and they should have just done it on both of the trims rather than having to upgrade to the Trailhawk Elite. But still, it looks nice just how a Compass should from the rear. Over at the bottom, you've got this plastic piece in black, of course, and then like I mentioned, your rear parking sensors built right in. You've also got another tow hook at the back in red. In the middle, you've got your reflectors, and going over on the actual tailgate, you've got your 4x4 badging and Jeep badging in, again, like I was mentioning, in the granite type of a material color, along with your typical Trailhawk badging as well, which kind of gets confused for a Trackhawk. Also, what's great on this Trailhawk is that your tailgate is foot activated. So if you have a lot of groceries and stuff like that in your hands, you can just do a kicking motion underneath the bumper and your tailgate will open, as long as you have the key fob with you. Opening up the tailgate, as you can see, you've got a decent amount of room to put whatever you need to. Even though that this vehicle looks very tiny from the exterior, you've still got a good amount of room. Whether you're going on a family trip or whatever it is, you have that room in the back. And if you really want more room and you're not using the rear seats, of course you can fold them forward and have a ton more room. And if you look inside, not a whole lot going on. You've got your typical grocery hook at the back, your button for the tailgate, and a 12-volt adapter at the bottom. And if you move these mats out of the way and lift up the section here, underneath this will give you your spare tire and your jack and all of that roadside assistance stuff. Entering into the rear of the Trailhawk, there's a ton of black material as you can see, but you do have this unique red stitching which kind of breaks apart everything. And near the bottom, not a whole lot of space, but you do have some space. And for a cup holder, you've got your speaker down there. Now this has your traditional 6-speaker setup. You've got your window control controls, and up around the door handle, you've got this nice gloss black material piece, which you'll see throughout the whole vehicle. As for the rear seats themselves, this interior is a vinyl interior, so you're not gonna get true leather, but it still feels very comfortable. It still feels very nice to the touch. So your rear passengers are not going to be uncomfortable in this. And again, you've got that nice red stitching all over the seats, which just make it pop even more with this whole interior being in black. Also, if you go ahead and pull down the rear center handrest, this will expose two cup holders for the rear passengers. And behind the driver and passenger seats, because this is a vinyl interior, your rear seats will be vinyl as well from the back, and you have two matte pockets for that additional storage. On the rear center console, this is full of gloss black, so it looks really nice with this whole black interior. It kind of makes it pop a little bit more because it's in gloss. You've got your venting in the back, you've got your chargers, you've got a 115 volt plug at the bottom, and another 12 volt adapter. Heading over to the front of the Trailhawk, it's exactly like the rear. You just have a little bit more room at the bottom for your cup holder area. You've got your speaker again, and then you do have that nice accent piece in gloss black around it. You've got some vinyl material up by your door handle, along with more of that red stitching and more of that gloss black trim around your door handle, along with your typical window controls and side mirror controls. As for the front seats, they're exactly like the rear seats, fully vinyl. These front seats are also heated seats, which is a plus, and you've got more of that red stitching. These seats are actually called the premium vinyl seats with the ombre mesh, so you see the middle section in the front and the rear. You've got kind of this meshing material, which makes these seats look unique. And also on the front, you do have, because this is a Trailhawk, the Trailhawk lettering stitched right in. I wish they did that for the rear seats as well to kind of make them stand out, but you do get that in the front seats. Also on this, your driver's seat is a power seat, but your passenger seat instead is just manual. Underneath, nothing too special, just your foot pedals, and to the left, hidden away, you do have your hood latch release. Above that, you've got your typical lighting controls, and for your fog lights, next to that, you've got your dimmers and whatnot. As for your steering wheel, this is a manual adjustable steering wheel. Once you go ahead and enter into the Trailhawk, you've got this kind of a two-section dashboard and kind of a soft vinyl material, along with that nice pattern design plastic area with speakers on both corners and in the center. Also, you'll notice across the whole dashboard, around the vents and everything, you have this nice material, kind of like a beaded material in black with the red stitching, which just makes this interior look even more premium. As for your center gauge cluster, nothing too crazy, just the same center gauge cluster. I like how around your meters, your tachymeter and your speed, you've got kind of this sharp edges, kind of to make it more rugged of a feel. And then in the center, you do have your typical screen, which you can move things around, have whatever you need to have in front of you, as it does have a bunch of different options. So you've got everything at your fingertips. As for the steering wheel, this is a leather wrapped steering wheel, which is also heated, and as you can see, you've got more of that red stitching. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, you've got controls for your center gauge cluster, and next to that, you do have your Bluetooth buttons. Over on the right side of the steering wheel, you've just got your typical cruise control setting options, and if you go ahead and take a look behind the steering wheel on the left side, you've got your typical indicators, high beams, and whatnot. While on the right side behind the steering wheel, you've got controls for your front and rear windshield wipers and your fluid. Over on your center handrest, again, you have more vinyl and red stitching, but if you go ahead and open it up, you've got a decent amount of room, nothing too crazy because this is again a Jeep Compass, so you're not going to have a ton of room in the center there, but regardless, you do have space for some stuff. And in front of your handrest, you've got two cup holders for the front and a ton of gloss black surrounding it. Right in front of your cup holders, you do have some buttons. You've got your four-wheel drive low, you've got your hill descent control, and your four-wheel drive lock. Moving further up, you've got your traditional gear shift knob, and beside that, you do have your select terrain system. So you've got a bunch of different modes that you can put this vehicle in, and depending on the select terrain mode that you choose, this image will change in your center gauge cluster according to what you want to choose, which is nice. You've also got your electronic parking brake right up above. In front of your gear shifter, you do have some storage area for a phone or whatever you want to put in there, along with two USB ports for the front. Further up, you've got your traditional heating and cooling buttons, which you can use from here, or the touchscreen, which I'll show you. Also, because this vehicle has a ton of safety features, you'll also notice the buttons here right under your screen. So you've got your parking sensor button to turn on and off, traction control, lane keep assist, and your auto start stop button. This is probably my favorite thing that they did on the Jeep Compasses now, is this beautiful 10.1 inch touchscreen with the new Uconnect 5 system. Because now on your homepage, you can go to My Pages, add your pages, you can rearrange your screen however you need to do it. There's a lot of customization to it now. Over on your media section, you've got your typical AM, FM, Sirius XM, and now the Uconnect 5 system supports wirelessly connecting your Apple phone or your Google Android devices, which is very, very nice. Under your comfort settings, like I was mentioning, you can either use the heating and cooling buttons on the touchscreen or the actual buttons, and you also have access to your heated steering wheel and heated seats for the front. Under your phone pairing settings, with the Uconnect 5 system now, you can pair up to 2 phones at the same time. Under your vehicle tab, you have your settings tab where you can fine tune a bunch of different options about the vehicle, or you can go into controls and access your rear view camera, or just simply turn off the touchscreen. Under your applications, here you have a bunch of different apps that you can fine tune again with the vehicle. Now, typically the Uconnect 5 system comes standard with your Alexa built in, but I'm not sure why they did this, because you do have to get the Sun, Sound, and Nav group for the Trailhawk in order to get your navigation built in, of course, and Alexa. Up above, you just got your traditional rear view camera with the SOS button and to turn the dimmer on and off. And on your top console, nothing too crazy, just your interior dome lighting buttons and your tailgate open and close. Coming over to the passenger side, in your glove department, you do have a decent amount of room, as you can see, so you can fit a ton of stuff in here, no problem at all. As for the key fob on this Trailhawk, it's a very traditional Jeep key. You've got your unlock button, lock button, your tailgate open and close, remote start, and your panic button. And behind the key, you just have your Jeep logo. As for what powers this Trailhawk, it is your typical 2.4 liter multi-air engine. This is going to make 180 horsepower with 175 foot-pound of torque. And you're gonna have a maximum towing capacity of about 2,000 pounds when you're obviously equipped with the proper equipment. And here is the window sticker for the 2022 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. As you can see, you've got your traditional information, the exterior, color, interior, engine option, and all of that. Below that, you've got your typical standard options that come with the vehicle already, but you'll notice for the optional equipment, this does not have anything, so it is a basic Trailhawk. Then you've got your pricing at the bottom. This is in Canadian dollars and minus any dealer discounts or manufacturing discounts being offered. Well, that does it for this 2022 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Let me know in the comments down below, do you love this or do you hate it?